What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Let me go in on y'all who feel like this is cool, man. Um, I don't think it's ever a good time for somebody to uh, break loyalty and air out something that was confided to you by someone that thought you was their friend. And or even if it wasn't something that they personally said to you, it didn't have to necessarily be a secret or some information or a hardship or some personal business. It could have just been something that you knew about that person, something that you picked up, something that you detected and peeped about that person, and you decided that once that person was out of the way, or if it was a safe time, that a safe time came where it was okay for you to tell that about that person, something that most people never would have known or didn't know. There's no time frame that allows that to be cool. And some of the people that would do that, they will still claim that the person that they're airing out is a friend. And the person that they're airing out has not done anything wrong or anything to them that would justify you putting them out there like that. Usually it stems from a an envious spirit that you may have already had about that person. You might have already felt some kind of way about that person, so you just decide that now's the time or enough is enough, and you get tired of hearing people talk about how great this person was. So I'm gonna show you that he wouldn't all that, she wouldn't all that. Tell you what I know about him. It could stem from that, or it could just stem from a situation where you just, uh, like I say, they're no longer around. They may have passed away or they got incarcerated, and now you feel safe to speak about somebody who's not able to really speak on their own behalf. And the third reason, it could be of some benefit to you to do that. That's usually the case with, like, when you see celebrities come out and do stuff like that. It's some kind of benefit to them to give up that kind of information. And in this podcast world we live in this social media world we live in this oatmeal society that we live in, it's not far-fetched or beyond most people that if betraying a so-called friend will lead to some kind of opportunity for them, it ain't nothing for them to do that in a blink. They'll do it in a heartbeat. And a lot of times have no remorse. And even if they did have remorse, it don't even matter because the damage is done. And even if they lie, because sometimes people will lie, which is really, really bad. But even if what they're saying about the person might be true, um, it's still not a good look, and it's not fair, and it's not right. It's low, it's snakish, it's dirty, it's deceitful, um, because you're doing it for your own benefit, and you're doing it again to bring down that person. But usually that works against folks who try to do that. I've seen too many times where, because people ain't stupid, and I say this all the time, people are not stupid. And the average person, you got 1,000 people, 950 of them will have the common sense to detect snakery when they see it. And it's like, oh no, man, I ain't rocking with that. I ain't trying to hear nothing you saying. You talking about this man, you talking about this woman. for your own reasons. You jealous, you hateful, you envious, or you trying to advance in some kind of way. Most people are gonna peep that. The other percentage, the little small percentage that ride with the nonsense, that's who they are. Y'all are in the same mental family, so y'all can have each other. But for somebody to have that kind of spirit in them, and somebody never done nothing bad to you, for you to talk about them like that, like I say, that's the ultimate betrayal. And it happens on so many levels and it happens in so many ways that you get to the point where, man, you would be wise to not confide major things to certain people. The problem is it's just hard to know, because somebody can be good with you one day and actually have it in their heart that they wouldn't ever betray you, and then the next day, which could be the next year or 5 years or 10 years, they can flip flop on you. So you got to be very careful in how you guard um, your personal information, your secrets, um, your vulnerable side to people, because some people can care and then they turn, but some people can pretend they care, act like, just to get you in, just to get that information, and then turn around and use that very information against you. Um, I always speak about certain categories of people who I categorize as the worst types of people. These types of people absolutely fall into that box, to that bag, into that bucket, or whatever you want to put them at, as some of the worst kinds of people, man. So, yeah, live your life uh, to be loyal. Live your life to be a real one. And if that's something that somebody has put trust in you to confide in you in, man, I don't care if they pass away. I don't care if y'all get into it and have a fallout. I don't care if somebody offer you money or a position. Man, don't ever betray that. Don't ever betray that, man. You got to be better than that. Because like I say, the people going to swallow up that flood, and it usually turns against you, because the people going to, man, don't nobody rock with that, man. Most people ain't going to rock with that kind of activity, man. So, all right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I'll catch y'all later on. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Check out the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast right here on YouTube, and I'll catch y'all with another one later on. Peace.